What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and we have some NBA news regarding Jaxson Hayes, the 7-foot-tall center for the Los Angeles Lakers. And back in 2021, we're talking 3 years plus ago, there was an incident involving Jaxson Hayes and his girlfriend at the time. And Jaxson Hayes got in some legal trouble for domestic violence. At that time, he did not get punished by the NBA. So there was an altercation. The Los Angeles police officers responded to a call around 2:50 a.m. This is back in 2021. Hayes resisted arrest. An officer was treated for an elbow injury. And in June of 2022, we're talking more than 2 years ago, he was sentenced to 3 years probation, 450 hours community service, and a year of weekly domestic violence classes after pleading no contest to 2 misdemeanor charges stemming from the incident. The NBA, this is key, the NBA did not discipline Hayes after its first investigation. The NBA knew what happened, or at least they knew what was in the report. They knew that he was sentenced to 3 years probation. They knew that he had to do 450 hours community service. They knew all of this. What did they do? Nothing. In fact, he was signed by the Lakers to a 2-year, $4.6 million contract in July of 2023, a contract that is still going on right now. But because TMZ released a video on it, this story has resurfaced, and now the NBA is reopening the investigation into this incident. So Jaxson Hayes under the NBA's microscope again because the video came out, and I believe they already basically knew everything that happened, but now the video is out. The public can see it. It's over on TMZ, and it shows the 7-foot center in a heated exchange with Sofia Jamora at her LA area home, where the then New Orleans Pelican verbally abused and put his hands on the model, at one point spit in her direction, and she can be heard in the video saying, "I'm not going to let you hit me anymore. What the F do I look like? A punching bag." That's bad, because that indicates he beats up on her, or he did beat up on her. So that's clearly very, 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 very disturbing. No doubt about it. And here's some video footage. You can go check that out if you want to. Hayes was tased at that time. He was hospitalized. But here's the thing about it. He served his sentence. And I'm not defending anything he did. This guy is very likely a piece of shit, based on what she said there. Likely, I don't know. We don't have video of him actually hitting her, but based on what she said, it sounds like he used to hit her. And based on what he did spitting in her direction, that's pretty disgusting. That's pretty bad. Nevertheless, he did serve his sentence, and it's been freaking 3 years. And so for the NBA, now that the video's out, it starts to make me think like they don't really care. The NBA doesn't care. The Lakers don't care. No one really cares. They only care when it gets public. They only care as far as their image goes. So once it was all done, kind of swept under the rug, and it was over with, they were content to let Jaxson Hayes go ahead and play his entire career without issue, without problem, and they would have never brought this up again, except that the video came out, and now they have to do a reinvestigation. But if you were going to suspend him, why didn't you suspend him? Back when he was with the Pelicans, back when this happened, why didn't you do something then? If you didn't do anything then, why are you going to do it now? Like, NBA didn't have access to that video? NBA didn't have access to the cam footage? NBA didn't have access to the reports? The NBA didn't talk to the police at that time? Of course they did. They just didn't care because it wasn't in the public eye. Once the public sees that video, now they got to do something about it. And I'm not so sure that they really should. Maybe they should say, look, this incident happened. He was punished. We decided not to punish him, and that's it. But I don't think they'll have the guts to do that. He probably deserved to be suspended at that time. But just doing it now, all these years later, for all we know, he went through all that counseling. For all we know, maybe he's a better person now. I don't know. Not condoning domestic violence in any way. And if he was actually hitting her, I have nothing good to say about that. That is absolutely disgraceful. It really pisses me off just to hear about it. I mean, think about their stories that have happened. Guys have actually hit women and hurt them really bad, but it's been basically forgotten. Joe Mixon, look up Joe Mixon back with Oklahoma, back in college, what he did. It's messed up, but if you're not going to punish him and you're just going to let him, go through the legal process, and then 3 years later, now you're going to punish him. Now you're going to reopen the investigation. Now that he's with a different team, a team that kind of needs him, because the Lakers, to be honest, are a little bit shorthanded at center. Christian Wood out. Jared Vanderbilt out. Okay, Christian Coloco out. They got nothing. Anthony Davis right now is day-to-day. So all they got is Jaxson Hayes and Anthony Davis, and even the power forward position is looking pretty slim there too. Slim pickings right there. Maxwell Lewis barely plays, and you got Hachimura and LeBron, who is a little bit on the older side, so he could get hurt, anytime as well. So they're already very, very, very thin right there. It's slim pickings at the as far as big men go in the Lakers. So this is bad news for them. But let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think? Should they reopen the investigation? Should they punish Jaxson Hayes for his behavior 3 years ago, or should the NBA say, look, this is done with already. He's been punished. He did his time, and there's nothing we can really do about it at this point in time, and that should be the end of it. Let me know what your thoughts down below in that comment section. I appreciate you checking it out. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you next time.